Hey cruise fans, and welcome to my channel, Cruise with Grant, where we talk about all things Norwegian Cruise Lines. If you've got an upcoming cruise with Norwegian, you may be looking forward to seeing one of their big Broadway shows that are often a main attraction. On my recent cruise on the Norwegian Breakaway, I had the chance to see Six the Musical. This show has caused quite a stir, and in today's video, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about this all-female production to help you decide whether you'll love it or hate it. So without further ado, let's get into it. If you're cruising with Norwegian, you'll have not one, but two opportunities to catch Six the Musical, as it's playing on the Norwegian Bliss and also on the Norwegian Breakaway. Now, I got an insider tip on my last cruise that says Norwegian is actually looking to expand their run of Six to an additional ship starting in 2024. So you heard it here first, but you'll have to stick around a little bit longer, and I'll be sure to share some more details with you in a future video. Now, before I get into what I thought of Six the Musical and some of the things I think you might love or hate, I thought I'd share some really interesting facts. Six the Musical was born back in 2017, written by Toby Marlowe and Lucy Moss, who, believe it or not, were actually third-year university students at Cambridge who were looking to write an original musical to get into the student category at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. The musical, which apparently was written in just about a week, was so well received at the Fringe Festival that at the end of its run, they actually already had a space lined up to start having regular performances one day a week. As they started having performances, they were also able to start a tour around the UK and also to do a cast recording that you can still find on streaming platforms like Spotify. Following a successful series of UK tours, the production finally made its way to London's West End in January of 2019. Norwegian wasn't far behind, managing to exclusively snag this show for their cruise ships in August of the same year. On my cruise, it was easy to see how far this production had come from those early Fringe Festival days, where one of the cast members had described their costume as being an off-the-rack dress with some high-heeled sneakers and a cheap tiara that was purchased at Claire's boutique. The costumes used in Norwegian's productions of Six are produced by the same custom costume house in New York City, John Christensen, that makes the costumes for the West End production in London. On the behind-the-scenes tour on the Breakaway, we found out that these Swarovski-studded creations run about $120,000 for all of the costumes for the principal actors and for the understudies, and that a single boot takes about 6 hours to rhinestone by hand, and those rhinestones are always popping off, so they require a lot of maintenance to keep them looking sparkly. So just before I get into the details of the show itself, I want to give mad props to the props people, that's a theater term, for all of the amazing costumes that help to bring Six to life. Okay, so let's talk about the story of Six. And for those of you who don't have any background on what this musical is about, it's centered around the 6 wives of Henry VIII of England. Let's count them down. In number 1, we've got Catherine of Aragon. In number 2, we've got Anne Boleyn. Coming in third, we've got Jane Seymour. In fourth, we've got Anna of Cleves. In 5, we've got Kate Howard. And closing out the 6th is Catherine Parr. Or, as they've become known, divorced, beheaded, died. Divorced, beheaded, survived. Cue the start of the show. Unlike many other plays and musicals that follow a clear narrative storyline, Six is very different, and I think this is one of the main differences that you'll either love or it might turn you right off of the show. The premise of the story is that the 6 ex-wives of Henry VIII are all in competition to figure out who's the queen bee based on how horribly wronged they were by their ex-husband. Based on a pop concert, each queen has the opportunity to sing a song that's their way of making a case for why they should be number 1. These songs were inspired by a number of contemporary divas, including the likes of Beyoncé, Adele, Lily Allen, Britney Spears, and Nicki Minaj. Well, the format of this musical gives each queen a chance to shine and to sing some truly catchy songs that have been stuck in my head for weeks and weeks and weeks. I can understand how the lack of cohesion between the songs in terms of creating a narrative could really bug some people. Without spoiling the end of the musical, I do want to say that it comes to a very crowd-pleasing conclusion, but it does end up feeling a bit like a collection of songs rather than a story that you can really get deeply invested in. Going in without any expectations, I really fell in love with the show, so much so that in my 14-day cruise, I actually went to see it twice. I was also excited to learn that next year, a production of Six is coming to my hometown in Toronto. I've already marked those dates in my calendar so I don't miss it. Have you seen Six the Musical? And if you haven't, do you think it's one that you'd enjoy? Please let me know in the comments below, along with if you have a favorite queen or song. I'll share mine with you shortly. If you found the video helpful, please remember to give it a like and subscribe to the channel as it really does help me out. Also, don't forget to check out other videos that I've made about things to do on the first day of your cruise, including so you don't miss great entertainment. Thanks so much for watching today. I hope you have a beautiful day, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye!